even someone who works with young people
Yeah.
from the age of 2, it's so important to instill those like concepts in their minds, like you can be whoever you want to be inside. Whatever you feel is inside of you, that's how you plant the seed and it grows over time.
Working with kids, let's say you work with what were their ages?
So there is a preschool, so it's everything from 6 months or newborns all the way to about 7 or 8 years old. But my experience is all the way to 17.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you. Are you ever in fear that you could get into like trouble for promoting a kid to come out the closet?
Well, it so happens to be that
Or encouraging a kid to come out.
my managers and my location, my preschool, we're literally LGBT.
Oh, okay.
So my boss is a lesbian. My manager is a gay male. Our sales coordinator is also gay. We have like a bisexual woman. We have 3 straight allies. So it's very, very accepting, very, very open. What was your question though before?
My question was, and you see guys, that didn't bother me.
Oh
yo,
yeah, I didn't even realize. I'm so touchy feeling.
No,
That's just me.
It's probably about her.
I'm sorry, but like
She's like,
okay, right.
But,
to the camera for a little bit.
No, so
That's more of a Nick thing.
let's get into right now for this segment, and I know you guys gotta go.
Wait, what was your question though? Because I really want to answer it. Like,
When you touched me like that, I forgot.
oh, I mean, so it's like they're really accepting where I work, so that's why I feel so comfortable just being myself, and by being myself in the workplace. Because let's keep it real, there's some jobs where I've worked that I was literally the only gay male, and I was ridiculed the whole time. Like, he was like, "Why do you have to be gay? Why this?
Wow.
Why are you listening to Ariana Grande? Why are you doing this?" And like every day, I would put her on the playlist.
I don't know about that.
Because I used to work at a cafe shop, so they would take, put on a playlist. So of course I would be like, I have the power. So I would put on an Ariana Grande playlist. Like,
no, I like her music.
goodbye.
I like her music a lot.
But he would like just gay bash, and there was a point where I'm like, this is the first time in a very long time I had to relive certain feelings, certain emotions, because I'm just like, we're in 2018, like why are we talking like this?
Do you guys straight bash? Before you answer, I think the same way black people or whatever can say nigga, I think it should be okay for gay people to straight bash, because straight people haven't had a fucking history of violence against them for being straight. So, but I'm not saying that to encourage you to say that you straight bash. I just
No, of course not. I mean, for me, like I mean, in my opinion, like I don't bash anybody. Like that's just not in my nature. Like I don't do that. Like I'm very kind to people, and like I don't look past anybody.
So you never like just judge like for jokes or just?
Of course, like when I'm under the influence, I do, but that's because that's my personal business, and I'm gonna do it with people that I know are comfortable with that, and that are maybe do it with me.
What's
I agree.
What's one of the common straight bashes like? You just be like, oh, is this normal ass nigga?
I call them straighties.
Yeah, straighties or boring. I'd be like,
And what's the other one I call them pram pushers.
What is that? Wow.
So in I guess England or Australia, when you push a straw, it's a pram. They call it a pram. So I call them pram pushers.
And now I would like to speak to you guys as though, like, what do y'all not like? What are some fucked up experiences? When I say fucked up, I mean annoying, that gay men do to like with y'all that y'all just want to just stop. Like, yo.
So
do we have? Can we? Thank you. I was like, can you got your list?
I have one example.
Mine's digital.
It's just the whole. I'm sorry if I'm talking.
And it could be,
and
it could be sexual. It could be like.
It's just my whole thing, and I am guilty to doing this too. When I was younger. And like I had to quickly realize like wait, like if I don't want that to be done to me, I can't do that to someone else. But it's more so like when it comes to meeting a guy, I used to think, oh my god, he has to be the most masculine man in the whole entire world. You know, he has to have a good job, he has to wear a tux, tie, everything. And those are the only types of guys I used to go to. But over time, I'm just like, why?
Andrew, maybe, but man.
Yeah.
But over time, I started to realize, like, and this is more so for a generalized thing. You don't have to look for those type of qualities in other people when you can just look for them for yourselves.
Okay.
So it's more so like when other gay men are just like, he's too femme, I can't date him, or he's too masculine, I can't date him. It's more so like you're blocking your opportunity to really get to know someone for who they are versus what, like their mannerisms or like how they're behaving.
You just made me want to ask. So like the whole he throws the ball like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
How would y'all feel if I'm like, oh, this nigga's mad femme?
Funnily enough, that's a little more understand. That's
Okay,
not
okay.
offensive.
Yeah.
Because that has to do with mannerisms, right?
Because
In the-
feminine and
in-
masculine has to do with
Yeah.
like social.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a social construct.
Thank you. So within the when you say so, oh, he's mad femme, like, and if let's say if we were to be at a bar and you're like, oh, how was your day? Oh my god, he was mad femme. We would get it as he is not masculine enough for what I'm looking for in the context. It's not bashing him. It's just this is who he is. I don't like it. Like if you were to say, oh, he was such a thug. You get that?
Yeah.
You that's not. I'm not into thugs.
Yeah.
Or I'm not into nerds.
Mm-hmm.
You get that, but you don't necessarily take it as a negative thing.
Okay.
You just you come up in your mind what that is, and you go, okay, I can see why.
Okay. Do you think it's wrong for me to like if I spoke to you for the first time and I spoke to you for the first time and you guys sounded the way you sound, I would assume that y'all were gay based on the way y'all are talking. Do y'all take offense to the fact that I assume that y'all are gay based on how y'all talking?
No.
And no?
No.
And so but y'all would take it offensively if I say y'all talking mad gay. Like if I went to the side and like we're at a bar, you guys are at the bar, and you guys are talking, I'm like, oh, and I go to him and I'm like, yo, they sounded mad gay. So you know, just know that they sound mad gay. It's probably, you know. And he said, and then you guys overhear that. Would you be offended? Even though I wasn't saying it offensively, I was just saying, yo, they sound mad gay. Instead of saying they sound feminine. Would you guys prefer for me to say they sound feminine, so they might be gay?
No, I prefer for you to mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
That's really what I prefer.
No, I'm saying like if we all met, we're all supposed to meet. Like let's say we're all supposed to engage in like certain activities. I don't know. Like we're all gonna go on a retreat.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make up a scenario here. And let's say I know he's a homophobe. I'm like, yo, just so you know, these dudes sound mad gay, just so you know.
But first of all, why would I put myself in a situation to be around someone who's
Well, you don't know that.
He
he doesn't.
in
And I would also tell y'all, yo, just so you know, this nigga's a homophobe.
Well, in the scenario
But I
like
can't
that,
tell you because I don't know if y'all gay yet.
Well, in that scenario, you, as good as your intentions are,
Just stay out.
you gotta let people do their shit. So if he's,
Alright.
and that's another thing, people who, let's say if he was in fact a homophobe, as much as you telling him that is not gonna stop him. If anything, he's gonna do what he's gonna do either way.
Because now he's gonna feel like he has people to warn him about that, and it's like,
Can I be honest with you?
About that?
Can I be honest
give
with
a
you?
fuck,
He probably already spotted it before you did.
Okay.
So all you're doing is telling him shit he
You're like
already knows.
enabling it.
Wait, so did you spot like no?
So that's the thing about I get that scenario, but
Nah, it's a
in
whack
the
scenario.
context, people like that who have a hatred for people,
That's
they are
crazy.
consciously
Hatred is crazy.
like they're constantly looking for it. They're consciously looking for you know.
Yeah.
It's like they have a gaydar, but they're not gay.
When you say like when you use those terms like people that have a hatred for someone due to their sexuality, that to me is just so crazy for you to have a hatred for somebody because of how they fuck, yo. Like
And
that's
sometimes
crazy.
that's
to me.
mostly like internal because maybe they want to do the same thing. But they
Yeah, I
can't.
have to assume to some degree
Well, let's
that you
boil
might
down
be gay. Or you
in
might,
America.
might be bi.
In America or Western culture, let's boil it down for what it really fucking is. It's religion. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Whatever religion you are, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But in the context of America, Latin America, Central America, Africa, Christianity has been the driving force of hatred. And the funny thing is, they have done some texts of studying the Rosetta Stone and studying the old scrolls that were the Old Testament, and there was never that famous Leviticus mention, that Leviticus verse didn't exist. It came around the King James version, which was around 1400s. King James basically took the Bible, slapped it to what he wanted to be, and put it out to the masses. Back then, of course, wealth was passed down through family. If you were gay, you had no kids, your wealth died. We're not going to encourage that. Do we want our lords? You are my ally in my kingdom. You can't be gay because you can't have kids. And that loyalty cannot be transferred down. So I'm going to demonize it because I want to stay in power.
That makes sense.
Boil it down for its simplest
That's why
parts, people.
in ancient times, like Alexander the Great, he had a
Yeah,
mister
he was
and he had a
crazy.
mistress, and it was
Yeah.
perfectly okay.
And it was
Actually, it was more. He had to have them, so then he can be in power the way he was. So it was more accepted for that.
well,
to
no
happen.
one would challenge them.
Yeah, because he just
Catherine the Great of Russia. She was lesbian for the most
Exactly.
part, but she had a man who gave her children to keep up the facade of it and keep it going.
Do you feel like there are certain types of men who are so ugly that they just have such bad luck? Well, not bad luck because they're not getting pussy because they're ugly. But my thing is like, if they just have so much experience of being rejected by women and then turn to men because of it, do you guys feel like would you guys say they were already gay
No.
or they were really? So there are circumstances in which
they're looking for that acceptance.
So you do feel like they can be, I don't want to call it artificial.
Yeah, call it what it is.
Call it what it
Call
is.
it what
Be
it is.
real.
It is
So-
because there are
So there's
examples that
artificial
happen.
homosexual.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nature versus
Versus
nurture. And
Sometimes
the
it's like if you feel like you're
genes
getting
versus the
rejected.
environment.
If you're getting rejected, you're gonna try to go find something that's gonna actually accept you.
It doesn't mean that it's a long-lasting solution. However, it is something that will scratch that itch. And yes, it is completely feasible for it to happen.
Okay.
Exactly.
Damn. We have a friend that like is mad ugly. And we feel like no, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Nah, it's not that.
I feel like it's gonna get
I think it's dead ass.
he feels like it's getting to the point. He
Like
feels
that.
like it's getting to the point that he's gonna go to the other side.
Okay, well, first let's be very clear. We
Like,
gays
he's
are
like-
very
like-
picky,
Yeah.
so that doesn't mean we don't accept him. Well, let's make that. And this is what I always say to straight dudes. Straight dudes are like, I think someone that when we were working in American Apparel, there was someone who I was like, look, I'm not attracted to you at all.
Yeah.
Like, we are not all this conception that gay men like all men, straight men, y'all niggas ugly. We don't want you. Please, straight girls, keep them. We don't want them. We don't want all of y'all.
That brings me to another point. And
We're picky.
wow.
We are not that. Listen, we as gay men are not spoiled for choice. I could
Facts.
walk up the block right now and get some.
Yeah.
I don't have to. That's what I'm saying. I don't chase straight dudes. There's no need to. There's so much options.
Facts.
Alright, so I have
Yeah, you gonna die
This is a
low.
tea out there. He's not
I am so sorry. I should
any
not
like
have
our
said
side
that.
either. Like
word.
no luck whatsoever.
Okay. So I love that you brought that up. Gay people just don't just like everybody.
No,
gay
no.
men, I mean.
I mean, if you're attractive, yes. But
I have always had this theory that gay men, because they're men, I have always attributed men to just open about wanting their dick stimulated. So I've always felt like gay niggas was fucking like crazy because they can be more open about, yo, we're men, like we have
But
this.
that's exactly what it is, boo. Like,
Yeah.
No, but you just said you like.
Yeah, but we
a
fuck
man-
amongst ourselves.
Selves.
No, but what I'm saying, my ugly dude comes to the gay community, you won't fuck him. Is what you trying to imply.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, we'd have to go through the checklist, you
yeah,
know.
and then like
There,
how
there-
ugly
there's
is
certain,
he?
they're right, like how ugly, like
Nah,
once
hold on,
again, we are not
it's
trying
ugly.
to marry him.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
ugly. No,
We're not trying
It's
to, with the
crazy.
lights off, certain things can happen. So if he,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, if he packing and he
Mhm.
got a
Do
little
it.
bit of personality,
Do it.
maybe,
Do what?
maybe. Oh, you're gonna show us a picture?
I forgot where you were. I need the keys.
Do it.
Do what?
Show him.
Let me get the
Let's
keyboard.
do this. All right, let's do this.
The keyboard, like,
Nah.
if you can find
Like, no disrespect, but
Let me
it's
get-
like
it's right there.
they doubting our beliefs. Like,
Oh, you want me to show them him?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
Like
let's-
this.
I'm kidding.
Because
I'm curious now.
they looking at us like we trying to play him, but we dead ass though.
yeah, he's on.
I mean, but-
well, you know
Like,
what?
but
Maybe
what
they
Mark said
find
with, like the
some
lights
sort of-
off.
All right, so the man you're about to see right now,
Mhm.
we suspect that he's close to getting to the gay side
Yeah.
artificially. Yeah, so. Now, he doesn't even look that bad there.
That's his good day.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
How tall is he?
You sure? Wait, how tall is he?
Nah, he's
he's
not
taller
sure.
than us, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so. Okay, so that's him on the left.
It's not bad.
Okay, so that's him. Let me see. That's him. Let me see.
How old is he?
Right now he's 28.
No, the man just needs to do some grooming. He's
Yeah,
not
facts.
hideous. He's just lazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fix that hair.
I've seen some busted up looking dudes.
Facts.
He's
I'm
not-
happy you said
he
that.
just-
like-
He's not. He
I
just
mean-
needs to groom himself.
I
Like,
mean, first-
get some retainers.
Right, and second, stop
So-
dressing like an 18-year-old. He looks like a
Facts.
child.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah, he
12.
does look like a
but-
child.
You want pussy, you gotta make pussy think you got
So if he
money.
goes to your
Facts.
side, y'all smash?
Hell no. Well, I'd smash, but there's nothing more than that. Hell no.
There's- yeah.
Well, he sounds like he wouldn't even smash.
No, I would smash because I'm just like,
Once
he'll be
again,
like,
well,
one
like to help him
time.
out.
Let's see what
Alright,
what's going
that's
on
good.
with
So-
the package.
yeah.
If the package is good, you can come over Friday nights. You can't sleep over.
You can't sleep over. No,
Can't-
you can't
no.
sleep over.
And I'm not paying for your Uber.
And I'm gonna give you a glass of water with some ice. Cause you're not touching my fridge, bitch.
Okay, LGBTQA. I know that it's lesbian. What is it? Latino.
No.
I'm fucking with you. It's lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans,
transgender,
queer,
Queer,
and
yeah.
asshole.
No, allies.
What is
or
that?
asexual.
Yes.
There's a
Well,
lot.
I said
of fucking-
asexual
They can-
before.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking. I can't. Keep
I
up
usually
with
say
it.
ally because asexual,
Just really doesn't
like you
make
can be
sense.
straight and asexual. You know,
Yeah.
that's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so why isn't? Oh, you know what? That's a stupid question. I'm not even gonna ask that. All right, briefs or thongs? You asked that, but then I had another question to that.
Okay.
I wrote, do gay men not wear boxers, or is it the manly gay men who wear boxers? Do y'all get offended when people say, oh, is he the man in that relationship? But yeah, why did you bring up briefs or thongs and not boxers?
Okay.
okay, so
Oh, because y'all put them to the side and then do what you gotta do?
yeah. I mean, I wear boxer briefs. So
I love boxer
I love
briefs
boxer
myself.
briefs only because I'm thick, so I don't like my legs like shaking. So that's how I personally wear them. But then there's also like the jock strap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some men wear jock
Jock
straps
straps.
underneath their clothes
Yeah.
because that's like an easy, accessible like.
Wait, so how do
So-
jock straps work? I've never worn one of those.
So
It's like a thong, but just with the...
No. It's actually more like a brief.
yeah.
Okay.
So it has a thing in the front that keeps that together,
Mhm.
but it has a strap that goes around and under to keep it, but it's open in the back.
Yeah.
Okay,
So athletes actually wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what they are.
Yeah.
But so, what do you guys wear? Thongs? Oh, well, you wear.
Oh, so for me, what the only reason why I thought of this was because, and I should have said boxer briefs. I like boxer briefs, but I do have a very, very eclectic collection of thongs.
Okay.
I do, and it's something that I've.
And you do wear them at.
No.
Oh, you have them for other people to wear when they go.
No, I wear them during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not gonna go to work like.
Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly.
Like, oh God, this is hot. No, those are only for, and it's just because one of my ex-boyfriends really liked it, and it, yeah, I mean, I was about to say this needs to be like a series because it's fetishes and all that stuff. But the only reason I said this is because there are some of my friends who I know they only specifically wear like thong-ish type briefs even in their day-to-day. I don't just because it's not practical for me.
Yeah.
I do have
Is there anything about women that y'all just can't stand? Like, what can y'all do anything to like just separate you from women? That's like, yo, we don't do this.
Well, we don't have a vagina.
Right.
That's like one thing.
Okay, I mean, as far as stereotypes of women do things that you guys stereotypically don't do that you feel like, and you could just say no.
I don't
Well, there's an assumption that assumption would say that there's certain things that only women do and only men do, but I know some naggy ass straight men and I know some hard ass straight
Okay,
women.
so yeah,
So
that's no.
that's so no, it's a little hard, and I think that's what once again we need to get away from.
Yeah, stop
But,
comparing gay men to
Yeah.
women. What did RuPaul do for the game?
He definitely opened up the doors.
I have a funny story about RuPaul. My sister asked me when I was young if I thought RuPaul was bad, and I was like, hell yeah. And then she was like, you a fucking faggot. That's so,
I mean, I feel like RuPaul.
she used faggot in the sense like, you're gay.
Mm.
Okay, so then.
But in
Oh.
a negative way.
Yeah,
But they're not like that anymore.
Okay. I think for sure RuPaul definitely paved the way, not only for the LGBT community to have more of a voice in pop culture, but really give transgender people and like cross-dressers and drag queens more of a voice. Because everyone knew of RuPaul like in the 90s and 80s and stuff. But even like my little cousin who's like 13 years old knows RuPaul. Like it's being more of a social norm, more of like something that's like becoming more integrated into our culture. And then he also provided opportunities for a lot of queens that didn't have voices. So like he provided like Alyssa Edwards, who now has her TV show on Netflix called Dancing Queens, where she is like this. She has like her dance center, and all these like little girls come and dance with her and stuff like that, and like they go to competitions, and sometimes she's dressed in drag, and sometimes she's dressed as herself or himself.
Yeah.
So RuPaul really like paved a way for people to really like show and express who they really are.
Anyone else like that you want to give, like, that you would like to receive some recognition from, people that might not know about them? Like RuPaul's one of them. Is there anyone else?
Do you have any?
Like Richard Simmons?
Oh God, that's not been confirmed. We all
Yeah.
know, but that's not been confirmed. No, that's a good question. I definitely would give a shout out to Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
I think Ellen DeGeneres, in such a short time, has really normalized having someone of the LGBTQ community in the day-to-day life. She's coming into our homes every morning.
Yeah.
That is a big deal, when it came out.
Yep.
People didn't think it would last. Like, that lesbian's gonna be canned in like one season.
Yeah, I remember when.
Yeah.
I remember when she came out. I
Yeah.
think she still had a show that
She
I
had
used to watch on TV.
Ellen.
Yeah, the Ellen Show,
Yeah, the Ellen Show.
or the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It
It was a sitcom.
was a sitcom.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
that
Ellen
was just
DeGeneres
called.
Show.
Yeah, Ellen.
Oh, she did have a
She had a baby, and she
That's
came
why
out in the
there's so much
airport.
confusion.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
she was
the
in the
airport
airport
with
and
the
she was
guy,
like,
she was
I'm
like-
gay, and it
Yeah.
came out all over the.
Yeah, I remember a lot of
that
people
was
thought
what
she was
came
gonna
out.
fail after that. Like,
And the show went on for 3 more seasons after that. If
I didn't know that,
correctly.
but that's awesome.
Mhm.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not mistaken, Todrick Hall from
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
he's getting there. He's getting there.
I have nothing against Todrick Hall,
Yeah.
but I feel Todrick Hall is more a
A product of RuPaul.
product of RuPaul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I
So
feel like
because-
for
well,
me,
either way,
like-
if you're gonna keep it going, if you.
But I feel like for me, like he's a product of RuPaul, but I feel like he's also trying to find. He's not trying, but he is finding his own voice because I relate to him as more so like he's an.
I like Beauty and the Beats.
I like Low and Wrong Bitch.
Yeah, his videos are
like
his
I
videos
think
are
he's
awesome.
really dope. Like it's like because there's not a lot of artists who are gay. You know what I mean? Like maybe the first person that you can think about is like Ricky Martin, but
Yeah.
even before, like he didn't come out until later.
And I also
on.
think
Well,
it's whack how
you know
after
what I
he
mean?
came
Like,
out, like I didn't hear much. from
when you
him.
think of like a successful, like famous gay artist, there's not a lot that comes to mind, in my opinion. And the first one that comes to my mind is Todrick Hall because RuPaul
Well,
helped him.
Here,
You know what I mean?
the only reason I have to say about Todrick Hall is, first, I love, and let's just put this disclaimer, I love Todrick Hall. His creativity
It's really
is
like dope.
it's whether you are gay or straight, Todrick Hall's the shit.
Yeah.
So let's make that very clear.
Yeah.
However, I can't recall anything he's done that's been for gay, right? I mean, there's one thing to just be, but he is existing in a time frame where it is okay to be. Take him back to like 1960s,
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Just like the marginalization of people of color during the Stonewall Revolution.
Yeah, I feel.
So I'm not gonna take away from the man's talent. He's ridiculous.
And I think I'm more so speaking
beautiful
on his
voice.
talent because
Yeah.
he's becoming someone that people can look up to.
Right.
You know, in a
But
generation.
Compared to like RuPaul, who back in the
definitely
90s
not.
when
No.
there was what other a female drag queen of color could you think of?
Yep.
Anybody?
None.
Any to this day still anybody?
Aside from Too Long Food, though. Like,
Wesley
that-
Snipes.
that was just one
Wesley
movie.
Snipes
So
is
it's not a drag queen.
I love
The
that
movie though
Yes.
was a really good success and
the
it
movie.
paid.
Yeah. I love that.
And that was
Right.
because before that actually came Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which was an Australian movie. Move back.
But I'm sorry, just one more person. Ryan Murphy. I thought about him when he
Fair.
first asked the question, but I don't want to say nothing because maybe I wanted to pick your brain about him.
Remind me who.
Because he's one of the producers, writers, and directors. He has done like Glee, Scream Queens, American Horror Story, where he has integrated the
Oh.
gay.
Oh, hold up. He does American. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know of the name,
Oh.
but I love me some American Horror Story.
He's the one that-
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I almost threw my shoe at the TV.
Yeah.
Thank God Black Friday is coming.
What's his
in
name?
2 weeks.
What's his name?
Thank
Ryan Murphy.
God, because I would have needed a new TV.
He really like created not only opportunities
shit.
for gay
I didn't know he did all that.
people, but also characters on TV that
Right.
gay people can, tell the story through.
And even like I'm gonna be really honest, I'm a huge geek. Like I love Star Wars, Star Trek,
Yeah.
I'm IT. And even in the latest version of Star Trek Discovery, they had a gay character. For the first time in Star Trek lore, an openly gay character. It was really, really refreshing and it's really good to see that at least we're getting to the point where I'm happy that our generation
Yeah.
is kind of getting to the point
Yeah,
where
it's about
we
to.
are taking over and we're realizing, let me just make it very frank. 30, 40 years from now, this is not going to be the issue to worry about. We're going to worry about food, potable water, clean air, because the population of the human race is going to be much more than it is now.
Word.
You think rent is unattainable now? Wait for 10 years from now. As the rich coalesce more and more of the resources and the rest of us are left to figure it out. So we actually are realizing we have bigger things to figure out. We have bigger issues we have to worry about. Especially for those of us who have children and want to have children, we want to make sure that we give them a future that there is at least something they can fucking have for
Right.
themselves. There's bigger shit to worry about than who you fucking.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's Mark Clark, Nick Lewis. Would you like to say who you are or put out any information?
I'm on Facebook. You can, if you're following him, obviously you just look through his friends, you'll see me, Mark Clark. I'm not sharing anything other than that because a lot of y'all probably may cuss me out because I talk too much. But
Sending dick pics.
please
But like,
send dick pics.
Yeah, send that.
Send dick pics.
Wait, y'all like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Like,
Send
Wait,
dick
I didn't
pics.
say my name.
Like everything. Share dick pics. He wants dick pics too.
I'm Nick Luis, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is @MrNickLewis, and Facebook is Nick Lewis.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Women, do you like dick pics being sent at you? You're gonna say no because you with me. That shit is corny. Just
But-
be real.
It doesn't do anything for me.
I've heard a lot of women say that it doesn't do it for them. So I'm happy that these two men right here are accepting of dick pics because that is the one difference finally that I can say gay men have from straight women. So
Send dick pics.
Yeah, facts.
another thing, are there any dicks that you just don't fuck with?
Small ones. Really, really small.
Like
Okay.
micro.
So you want a micro penis or do you-
Micro. Okay, so and I'm not a size queen either. So
Yeah, me neither.
if you are under 6 inches, don't waste my time. If you are over like 10 and a half, you're too big. I want to sit down. I want to shit by the time I'm 55.
Okay, but you're talking about length. What about girth?
Ain't nobody got any problem with girth down there. Come on, man. I
always found that interesting because I know women like girth,
We do.
but I didn't know
Yeah.
if in the ass it was better.
Yeah,
if it was,
it's the same. It's
all
the
right.
same premise.
So
Yeah.
my last question is getting back to the that shit is mad gay, blah blah blah. Like he's gay. Or associating gay men with women, right?
Mhm.
Do you guys feel like y'all are to blame for some of that because a lot of y'all in the past, like I remember in the 90s, a lot of y'all will refer to each other as girl?
Absolutely not. I think once again, okay.
I gotta tell you, I had my sister Zeta had a best friend named Mike who was gay. They used to refer to him as girl. Growing up, I wanted to be respectful of gay people because of that, and I didn't know if I should refer to them as girl or guy. Obviously, I know now.
Okay, good
But-
for you for being so situationally aware at that age, but no, it's not. Here's why. The only reason that reference is made is because it's a reaction to society.
That's it. You got nothing.
Just
Just I don't need to hear anymore. I'm good. I'm telling you, this is education. I want to make this podcast educational. It's cool that we have jokes and whatnot, but I really
And
want
dick
my
pics.
Oh wait, there's just one more thing. Like I gotta touch on this. I gotta touch on this real quick. Okay, so I have certain friends who are homophobes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say their names, but I'm gonna bleep them out when I put this out there. All right, so my boy gets hyped over certain. All right, so there was an instance where one of my girlfriends cheated on me, and he saw the picture of the dude, and he responded with "Holy shit!" and he's cuter than you, right? Would that be considered gay to you? And he's usually quick to call anybody who's slim cute. Like even if they're not cute.
For me,
It
I
could be
don't.
no.
I
It
don't.
could be no.
For me, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do
like
you-
it's
what do you
just, I
think?
don't. I mean.
Would you think he's more close to being on the other side?
I
than
mean,
just-
but in my opinion, technically, like you're saying, oh, he's cute. It's like, I mean, there's an attraction there in some.
So you do think there's a type of.
There's like some type of like.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd act on it.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
it's one of
yeah,
the
me
things.
neither.
Like he can appreciate a good-looking dude
dude.
because
Okay.
maybe he wants to
look like
describe
that,
him.
okay.
Is he a bigger guy?
if I describe him, they gonna know what I'm talking about. But he's fat and he's.
So there you go.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
more so
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he
He's
wants
a
to
thicker
be-
guy, so maybe deep down for him, he wants to be thinner.
Mhm.
So he finds he thinks a thinner guy is very good looking.
Yeah.
So that may explain that.
So I have these two other friends. I have two other friends that when they are straight, like super straight, you know, and they seem like homophobes. When gay shit is brought up, they're like, you know, they don't want to talk about it. But when they get drunk, they get like this.
Ace man, my right hand throw you some lead. His name Five, bang you right in the head. Don't be surprised if a dirty old die saying waiting for tag. Arrive at your garage wearing Reagan mask. Look in my eyes and lie, but I ain't mad at you. So many niggas on your ass, I ain't be feeding the wrong niggas. The same niggas fuck around and bleeding. That's why I remain with my old niggas. I don't need it. Emilio told me niggas wasn't homies now. So Liba, surely folks, unfolk. I with the motherfucking program. Clean my act up. Polish my sweat and agger, step my raps up. Not if I had to, I'm just a natural. Lyrically, I'm what they put in little clear captions. Yeah, it's crack, man, a motherfucking emperor. And you know who the general is. State being criminal, last dude. You wanna be on state, road a runner too. I started off bumping you, then everybody lumping you. Fuck this world coming to make me want dump the ooze, run my whip off a cliff, take 100 blues. Ooh, slip my wrist, load the clip, put one in the groove. Ooh, put one in my medulla, dangling from the roof. Ooh, back on my Mac, now on the bricks, freaking off. Used to be.
So let's just make something very crystal clear. There seems to be this equation of a solid male bond to automatically be something sexual, which is not the case.
Okay.
It's like, think about it as if you have a brother and you see him and you haven't seen him in like years.
Right.
Give him a hug.
Right.
Is that considered gay?
Right. In some cultures, Middle Eastern cultures and European cultures, men kiss each other on the cheek to greet.
And in the mouth.
Right.
Without like.
Yeah,
just like
little, yeah. So let's keep that in context. I think that there is just this visceral fear that I don't know where it comes from.
Right.
You know, maybe especially men of color need to form stronger bonds because maybe we'd stop fucking shooting each other.
I totally agree.
So this seems more a bit of a divide and conquer kind of thing
Okay.
than a they gay thing. I see nothing gay about that until I see someone suck someone's dick or eat someone's ass. They straight to me.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, my boy Graf over here was cool with eating out freshly piped box, but wasn't cool with balls touching during double penetration. So how do y'all take that?
It's funny that you ask because I had another friend ask me this recently because she needed me to do the gay test. Like, is he gay or not? And
Yeah.
I think the guy is bi, but so he'll go for the box if it's been beat, but he don't want to fuck and have another. Okay, so I think the concept of a woman who has been plundered and he gets to get the last is his thing. So not gay in my book.
Okay.
The fact that he doesn't want another penis around him, yeah, not gay. He just like a woman who a freak.
I mean, she was just fucked.
But the other guy's dick is not around it.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
But there are other men who would be like, yo, that's gay.
no, it's not gay, it's unsanitary. That's a different story.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay, now another one of my boys,
Okay.
he wants to fuck the shit out of Young M.A. I don't know if you know who Young M.A. is.
Oh, I know who Young
I
M.
don't know what that is.
She's ooh.
Oh.
That's kind of like a dude.
See, but that's offensive.
Yeah.
But facts. That's kind of like a dude.
That's kind of. She's obviously like man looking.
Yes.
So
You don't. I know.
How-
I think one of my friends actually represented Young M.A. for a while.
oh wow.
Wait, what
Yeah.
was the question?
When Young M.A. was up and coming. I
What was
worked
the
with
question?
him.
So one of my friends says like he sees her and he says he'll fuck the shit out of her. Now she is a woman, you know, and
Then she getting some.
but what?
Baby gave me head, that's a low blow.
But it's like the way he talks about her is like, yo, she's like, oh, like she's bad. Like he would really like fuck shit up. So my thing is like, yo, she looks like she's trying to be masculine. So, okay, so the question is, are you gay? I mean, or do you seem gay, or if you like a masculine woman?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. So there may be a attraction to, and there's like men are attracted to the girly girls. Usually is the expected thing. But there are some men who are attracted to a woman who is a little tougher. I mean, think of the Russian joke. Oh, she's strong like tank.
Yeah.
Like I want a woman with hips, you know. She's Africa. Women are far from the average feminine look, but African men like that. She can bear children. She got hips. Like,
Yeah, but that's not the same.
That's
not the same.
It is exactly the same.
No,
because
because
to be feminine is to be small.
Because you're talking
and-
about a body type. We're talking about what she's trying. We're talking about a character.
Like her
So may
style?
I ask you this? What would you describe as a man's body type?
A man's body type is. That's a great question.
Because
no,
they
you got
fuck
me.
it.
A man's
So you
body
got me,
type
you got me, you got me.
juxtaposed to a
That's a
woman.
great- that's
Juxtaposed to
you
a
got me.
woman's body type. What would you describe a man? Look at your body type compared to hers.
No, you got me.
You are
'Cause she
thicker
has-
than hers.
Well, no, she's thicker than me.
I'm not talking about the ass. Relax.
Oh.
Got you, boo. L. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous.
thank
you.
I don't blame
Thank
you.
you.
But when you think of the juxtapose of the body, he's just there, and there have been studies that show that there are men who like thick women because that's a sign of fertility in a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
So maybe he just looks at her as fertile. However, it's not saying that there may be some until you ask and he gives a truthful answer. It's just up in the air.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so they all.
And that's why it's important to just.
But we know that there's a vagina involved, and if he knows that there's a vagina involved and he's still attracted, that's the criteria I go by.
And that's why it's just like you. If you really want to know, just ask.
Okay, so here's another question.
You know?
What if you like chicks with dicks, but they have to have womanly everything and a dick?
Ooh,
There you go.
minimum bisexual, minimum, but
Yes,
I'd lean
I
towards
agree.
gay.
Yeah.
'Cause
You
once
lean
I-
towards gay?
but
agree.
I would say bisexual, but leaning towards gay.
Mhm.
On
You
the-
say
on that
the same thing?
spectrum.
I agree.
You don't lean it towards straight?
No.
No.
The
Okay,
minute
so
that dick is
lesson
involved-
learned. You like the dills. You gay. You're more gay. You're leaning toward gay. If you like chicks with dicks, you could like the beautiful face. You know, what if like he doesn't want to suck off the chick with the dick, or he just doesn't want to get fucked by the chick with the dick? He just wants to fuck the chick with the dick, or he just wants head from the chick with.
Okay.
Let's just say a man likes head from the chick with the dick, and all they want to see is her dick flapping around while she's bending over and get a head.
Bisexual, but more gay.
Still more gay because
More
the dick is the issue.
It's all
right?
about it's all about the yeah. So I'll give you an
So
example.
there's
In a
no
lot of
statements like-
African and Latino cultures, especially South American, Central American cultures, in the gay world, the bottom is considered gay, the top is still considered straight, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Dominican Republic,
Like in
Puerto
jail, like in
Rico,
prison.
yeah.
In prison.
The guy who's actually doing the inserting is considered the man or not gay, while the one who's being penetrated
Yeah.
is considered gay. So.
Okay,
Facts.
if you you're getting a call.
Yeah, because I
'Cause
think
you
I
gotta go,
gotta
I
go.
know.
Yes, my mom is like,
Shit.
Yeah.
That's your mom.
that's my mom because it's her dinner.
Oh,
You gotta go.
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely gotta go. I've been stalling. I gotta get a lift.
Damn, I had one more question. One more
Hurry.
good one.
Yeah.
You got a
okay.
lot of good stuff.
Okay, I asked for. Look, and you guys thought it was gonna be a shit show.
I didn't think that.
You thought we were gonna like start fighting or whatever.
No, I didn't.
Oh, fuck. Damn, it's gotten to that point where you.
No, like I thought I could run to the restaurant with this, but they're like, men cannot wear boots. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
What size are you?
The 10 and a half, 11.
Shit.
No, I need to go home and change off. There's other shit I have to do. So,
Man, I'm sorry though. I know how that is.
I'm not sorry.
Like with my mom.
I'm taking a lift home. Like, it's gonna dent my budget a little, but I like this. I like interaction
Yeah.
like this. This is how change happens. This is how the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back 30, 40 years ago, conversations like this were not happening.
Absolutely.
So for them to happen, no, I'm good.
Mhm.
They be good. They don't. Plus, I'll be a little socially lubricated to deal with my family, if you know what I mean.
How is that with your family?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
They're still-
I have now. I've only
You
come.
deal with homophobes in your family?
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Tonight
that's
I'm gonna go out like, oh, how are you? Are you dating? Like, no, I'm not seeing anyone.
You should.
No, I just would rather be by myself. I've come out to my family because obviously I got married, but
That's crazy.
I'm in
Not from
no
your
rush
mom,
to
though.
No,
see the rest of my other families.
My dad in the beginning, yeah.
In the
Yeah.
beginning, but he's cool now. Your parents are cool now? Both?
Well, my mom, I think my biological father knows, but my mom knows, yes. I'm very happy because at this point I really get to have those conversations with my mom. We were in Florida and we were like, I was kind of like, oh my God, he's cute. And my mom was like, and it's just really cool to like have those moments.
Yeah, same here.
It's
Yeah.
probably cool for her too.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's always known, which is the beautiful. I finally came out like the year before.
But
so
she's
this is-
known.
and I'm just there crying, and she's like, but I've known. And she's like, I know you just had to do it. You just had to kind of get it out. And
Did you ever feel in some degree that she like, Daniel, why didn't you just tell me you knew?
She did at that point, but the funny thing is growing up, being in a Jamaican household, like literally there were points where she used to use very homophobic language.
Mhm.
So that definitely pushed me back into the closet.
Wow.
But then after a while, like in my mid-20s, like I'm not bad looking, but I never really brought a girl home.
Okay.
And I think she started to kind of put two and two together.
Okay.
And there were points she's like, I love you regardless. I love you no matter what. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But that was her way of saying, you gonna come out or not?
Yeah.
So, when you get married, I can't keep holding it back for that long. So I finally did. And, it's really changed my life. It's a really good thing. Like, people outside of my family I've come out to because it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
But with my family, my biggest fear is that my family would turn around and use it against my mom. And I hope for their sake they don't.
Yeah.
Because if they do, they would unleash.
The
You
calm.
see my tongue? Okay. I made people cry. I would unleash hell on them. You may not be happy with what I do, but don't take it out on my mother. And that's what they do. They do pernicious shit like that. So, that's kind of held me back.
I feel it.
Facts.
Well,
I mean, with my. Oh, you have to go, right?
Well, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I gotta go. No, y'all can stay. I just, my mama's calling me like, where the fuck are you? Mark, I trust you're on your way home. We need to be there for 4:45.
4:45.
It's 4:45.
It's 4:37 right now. It's around.
Yeah, I am spending way more time.
What?
Nah, I'm satisfied. There was one question
Yeah.
that I wanted to ask, but I can't remember. But
I mean, like, I came out to my mom when I was 16. Because there was this boy that I actually used to visit him in the Bronx. And
What
she would, Marshallville Parkway.
okay.
So she would always ask, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you going, like, why are you coming home so late? And of course I was 16, so like I should not be coming home late because it was like a kind of like a curfew. And it was overwhelming so much because I'm just like, I don't know what to tell her. Like I keep on coming up with so many lies that I can't keep up with my own lies. So at first I told my sister, and she's like, yeah, you have to tell mom. And I was like, okay, fine. And then like one day we're just at home and I tell her and then like crying and she's like, well, I already knew. And that's the same. And even like now as an adult, I asked her, I'm like, so when did you know?
Yeah,
like,
I would ask that too.
and she's like maybe when you were like 10 or 11. And that's like goes back to the other thing where at 10 I saw that guy in his boxers. That she started to notice that like there would be certain things.
You said this was your mom's boyfriend?
No, my aunts.
Oh, your aunt's boyfriend.
Yeah,
okay.
boyfriend. Even like my sister, she was like, "Oh, I already knew because you would play with me with my dolls."
I
Like
used
when
to
she
play
had,
dolls.
but I would like help her
But
dress
then again,
them
my mom
up.
thought I was gay for a while, so.
Like I would help them dress them up, and like the type of music that she listened to, like Pussycat Dolls. Like I would be in the room with her, like
That's fucked
listen
up.
up my buttons.
Oh, nah, that's
You know, and then like, but as long as they knew, like I was okay, and because they knew, I started more and more, and just started to become myself even more. And then like I told my dad like maybe 5 years later, and it was annoying because he was someone who like made me realize, oh, this is what the world really is, because he would be like, oh, be careful with other guys because they're dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, like he would start, and then he would
okay.
start to ask me like, oh, so what type of guys do
But he
you
did that in a
like?
way to help you out, though, right? Wait, did he mean be careful because like they have AIDS dirty, or did he mean be
AIDS.
careful because their personalities are dirty? I think that's
AIDS.
Oh,
the
I thought-
sexual,
I thought
like
you
the
were talking about
sexual,
people-
no, like the sexual,
strictly
like,
with dogs.
sexual.
yeah,
Oh.
like,
I got that
do
too.
you know what I mean?
But at the
And-
same time, like I said before, like if that is the case, that a lot of gay men have HIV because of what I already explained.
But it's not even AIDS, it's more, he said like all men.
Oh no.
And he was like saying it like, be careful because like
And you think,
other,
and you think he was doing that to persuade you to go back to being straight?
I don't really know. I just automatically just found that to be very like,
Oh,
instead of saying, I accept you for who you are, don't tell me, oh, be careful because they're dirty.